You know, we're all looking for that sense of peace, right? That feeling of being truly in the present moment. But what if the ancient wisdom we all turn to has been misunderstood? Today, let's dig into what it really means to live one auspicious night. You've heard some version of this a million times, right? It sounds simple, it's direct, it feels like something we should just be able to do. Live in the now. But let's be honest, it's rarely ever that easy, is it? And this specific piece of advice, it actually comes from a Pali poem that's, get this, over 2,500 years old. For generations, it's been passed down as this straightforward guide to mindfulness. But here's a thought that might just blow your mind. What if the common English translation totally misses the point? What if the original words hold a much deeper, way more practical instruction that we've all been overlooking? To find out, we have to go back, way back to the source. We need to look at the language within the language to really get what the original teacher was trying to tell us. The key we're going to use for this is an ancient method called niruti. Seriously, think of it like linguistic archaeology. It lets us dig past a simple dictionary definition and get right down to the root of a word to uncover its real, intended meaning. So for the rest of our time here, that's exactly what we're going to do. On one side, we'll see the translation we all know, but on the other, we'll use niruti to reveal the much more powerful instruction hidden inside the original Pali. All right, let's start with the first piece of advice, how we should deal with our past. In the original Pali, the phrase is atitam nanva gameya. I know, it looks and sounds ancient, but its meaning is about to feel incredibly modern. Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. The standard translation is, don't chase it. It feels kind of passive, you know? But the nerdy translation, don't try to re-inhabit it. Whoa, that is a completely different action. See, it all comes down to this one word, anavalmeya. The roots literally mean to go back after something. So it's not just about daydreaming about the past. It's the active, sometimes painful attempt to mentally go back and live in a past self. It's like trying to squeeze into old clothes from years ago. They just don't fit, and it's pretty pointless to even try. Okay, so that's the past. Let's move on and see how this same idea applies to our relationship with the future. The original Pali phrase for this one is napatikanke anagatam. So let's use our linguistic key again and see what we find. The common translation is don't long for it. This just suggests kind of a passive wanting, right? But the deeper meaning is so much more active. Don't build fantasies about it. This isn't just wishing, it's architecting. And this is just brilliant. The word patikankati isn't just simple hope. It's the process of building a super specific, super detailed vision of the future and then getting emotionally welded to that exact outcome. It's as fragile and stressful as building a house of cards. So if we're not meant to re-inhabit the past or build fantasies about the future, what's left? Well, that brings us right to the core of the poem. How to live in the deep present. So the Pali gives us two words to describe a mind that's stable in the present, asamhara and asankupam. In English, that's undragged and unshaken. Now, unshaken, we kind of get that. It suggests inner stability. But not being dragged away, that's way more dynamic. It implies there's some kind of force actively trying to pull us away from right here, right now, and our job is to resist it. And it all hangs on this verb, samhirati. It literally means to be carried or dragged along. This isn't a gentle drift, this is a serious pull, which of course leads to the big question, what exactly is doing the dragging? Well, the text explains it as a four-step process. First, you perceive something. You see an object, hear a sound, have a thought. Step 2, you identify with it. You think, that's me, that's mine. 3, you start to find delight in that idea. You get attached to it, and that's the hook. Because in step 4, that very thing you've latched onto now has the power to literally drag you out of the present moment. So let's put all these incredible pieces back together. What does this ancient poem, seen through this amazing new lens, actually teach us about living well right now? Here it is. This is the deeper instruction. It's not just about passively being here now. It's an active, skillful practice. Don't try to wear your old identities. Don't build fragile houses of cards for the future. And most importantly, see things in the present clearly, but don't let your attachments hook you and drag you away. That is the art of living one truly auspicious night. And that leaves us with one final crucial question to think about for yourself. Look at your own mind right in this moment. What thought, what identity, what fantasy is trying to pull you away from right now? What is pulling you from your auspicious night?